Hello friends, welcome to our channel Harmonic Numbers. As we have promised, our channel is actually a platform for sharing our knowledge regarding numerology, feng shui and tarot cards. And today I will be discussing numerology in a different way because whenever we are talking about numerology, the basis of this subject is actually number 1 through number 9. But suddenly I thought that how people can easily understand the characteristic feature of number 1 through number 9, and I have thought that our brain always restores those information that are actually gathered through the pictorial information. So that's why I have thought that why not to combine tarot along with numerology so that we can understand the characteristic features of each number. And today I will be discussing about number 1, which is the first number, the first single digit of numerology. So whenever we are talking about number 1, let me first discuss about the basic structure of the tarot cards. So, first of all, tarot cards are actually made up of 78 cards, and among those 78 cards, there are 22 major arcana or the major factors, major influences, and 56 minor arcana cards that are the minor influences. So, among the 22 major arcana cards, as they are the major influences in our lives, so to describe the numbers from 1 to 9, I will be first discussing on this particular group of cards. So I have selected 3 from the major arcana card because all the 3 cards that are number 1, number 10 and number 19. And if we look at the basics of numerology, any double digit are actually converted into a single digit. So whenever we are talking number 10, it is actually 1 plus 0, which comes to 1. And whenever we are talking about 19, it again comes to 1 plus 9 is equals to 10, that actually equals to 1. So I have selected these 3 cards to describe the number 1 in numerology. So in this lesson, we will be actually learning both the tarot cards and numerology. But my main focus will be on numerology, how to understand the characteristic features of number 1 through 9. So first card is the Magician card. Now if we look at the Magician card, what we can see? We can see that there is a wand. Wand means our spirituality. Wand means our action. Then we can see a sword is there. Sword actually shows our thoughts. Then we can see the cups. Cups are our emotions. And here it shows the coins. And the coins actually shows whatever materialistic things that we have. Here in this card, what we can see? We can see a magician is standing, and the magician is obviously enlightened. There is an infinity symbol above his head, and one of his hands is pointing towards the heaven and the other one is pointing towards the earth. That means this person is in absolute balance. He is balancing all his emotions, all his practical needs, all his spirituality and actions, all his thoughts. He is in a perfect balance. So number 1 is nothing but a magician himself. So whenever we find ruling number or life path number or destiny number or some other important numbers as number 1, we can first think that this is nothing but the magician himself, who is in the perfect balance and who has the divine blessing and complete enlightenment. And we can see the background of this card is also yellow, and yellow also shows enlightenment. So from this card only we can have the basic idea about what a number 1 means. Now I will be dealing with the second card, which is the 10th card. And 10th card is a very balanced, both fortunate and unfortunate card. Why? Because this card is the card of Wheel of Fortune. That means number 1 is such a strong number that it can easily make its fortune on its own. But here number 1 has to be very careful about one thing, because if he is with the truth, he will shine like anything, he will shine like a sun. But if he does something wrong, if he commits some bad deeds, what will happen? This Wheel of Fortune will again turn down, and from heaven this person will come down, because in the lower part of the wheel we can see Hermanubis. Hermanubis is the lord of the hell, and here at the top we can see the Sphinx itself. And the Sphinx is bluish white. It is whitish and bluish. White is for peace, white shows purity, and blue shows truth. So if a number 1 person stays pure, if a number 1 person stays with truth, he will shine like anything, he will go to the top. But if he doesn't do that, if he commits any kind of wrong things in his life, he will come down like anything and his life may go to hell. This is the negative characteristic feature of number 1 as well as the positive character, because wheel is a circular motion and number 1 has this extreme power, immense power to create his own fortune. And now the last one. The last card is the 19th card, which is the sun itself. Here we can see the sun at the backdrop. It's a very happy card, and it also shows the happiness of number 1. What we can see in this card is the sunflowers, which also shows happiness. And we can see a naked child. A naked child actually shows innocence. That means number 1 will always be childlike. Number 1 will always love children. Number 1 will always have this naivety. And nakedness actually shows innocence. So number 1 are actually just like innocent child, and that child is riding a white horse. And what does this white horse mean? This white horse is nothing but shows the purity of the thoughts of this particular child. So this actually describes the inner soul of number 1. That means he is pure, he has the inner child naivety in him. He is a happy person and he wants to be happy. He wants to shower light in everywhere he goes. And this child is also carrying a red baton, and this red baton actually means passion of action. That means doing with full of passion. So whatever number 1 does in his life, He actually does it with full of passion. That's why number one is always an initiator. Number one is always a leader. Okay, so I think if we now look at all the three cards, we have this basic idea about how a number one person will be. So if you now think about these three cards, whenever you will encounter number one, if you think about these three images, if you think about these three cards, it will be very, very easier to you. It will be very, very clear to you how to remember the characteristic features of number one: the magician, the wheel of fortune, and shining like the sun. So friends, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Hope you will enjoy our subsequent videos when we will be discussing about number 2, 3, 4 up to number 9, and we will be discussing it using different tarot cards to you so that you can pictorially remember all these information of the numbers, and thus you will be able to understand the meaning of each number. Because whenever you are learning numerology, actually you need to learn all the characteristic features of all the numbers. Otherwise you won't be able to say anything about a person. So whenever you encounter number one after seeing this video, I think you will be able to recognize magician, wheel of fortune, and the sun card, and you will be easily able to say so many things about the number one card. And friends, if you like this video, please click on the like button, please subscribe so that you can get notifications of the subsequent videos. And if you want to learn numerology, please visit our website www.harmonicnumbers.com. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, my dear friends. See you later again. Bye bye.